Yo, 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 yo! Welcome everyone to another stream for the Afterlife Party. Welcome everyone. Sophia Star, hello. Thank you for being here. We appreciate it. And the other people who are watching from afar, whether you're here talking to us in chat or got it on your TVs, howdy Wombat. Whether you're watching from your TV screens, your phones, your mobiles, wherever you are, Paracult, let's go. Jenny from the book. Jenny's back. I remember Jenny from our 1 year stream.
Oh, yes, yeah.
We noticed some of the names. Or we as best as we can. But we're here. It is Kat and myself, Jason. And we're just going to allow a couple of minutes for people to roll on in and make themselves welcome. I don't know about you, but I'm looking forward to this one.
Yes.
Because the Old Newcastle Gaol in Toodyay was always for us on like that high end of something we always wanted to do. And we ended up doing it. But as you know, with a lot of investigations, they go up on YouTube and you don't get the kind of behind-the-scenes scoop of how it came to be or how some of that information really comes together. If you don't know your history, we try and share as much as we can throughout our investigation. But this one's very interesting.
It is, hey. And, like, often there's things that we don't necessarily piece together during the investigation, especially if it's evidence that we didn't know of while we were doing it, like some audio stuff that we don't find out until we're in post. So this is a really good opportunity for us to actually share that stuff with you and put all the pieces together, because normally you guys just see it in the moment, not sort of that post-investigation analysis that we kind of do. You're just seeing the in the moment footage.
Hi, Tamara.
Oh, hello.
So, it's one of those things where, I mean, this stream's very interesting because a lot of that did come together in some weird roundabout ways, and we thought this definitely warranted a live stream to go over the evidence we captured this night, because there is a lot more that happened, like, behind the scenes and during that may not have come across to you, and we can put some of those stories together now that post has happened. And cause an open discussion and how it goes about it. So this was a very special investigation for us because we actually had Star, our very first subscriber, fly all the way across from the other side of the country to join us. Their first time in Western Australia and jumping on a paranormal investigation at a jail of all places.
Straight into the deep end, hey?
Straight into the deep end, and fair play. They handled it very, very well.
Yes, we're very impressed. Passed with flying colours, Star, and it was great to have you on the investigation.
Yeah, added to it. I mean, it's really cool that we had the opportunity to be able to bring someone else over for not only their first paranormal investigation, they've had their own paranormal experiences with using gear in that, but a full-blown investigation, a first, and what a location to do it. It's the one we wanted to do. Yeah. So, yeah, everyone give a round of applause for Star. And Star, we know you are there in chat. So we appreciate you being there and jumping on. You did a bang-up job. When you found out that we had the opportunity to do the Newcastle Gaol, what was your first reaction when we heard that news?
Can I say that?
Yeah, you can.
I think my first reaction was literally, fuck off. No way.
Yeah. Because we know a team had done it before, but I don't think it had been broadcasted, an investigation at the Newcastle Gaol on YouTube since then. I think that was 2018.
No, theirs is pretty much the only sort of half-decent quality video up there. I don't know if there's other... I think there might be some other snippets or something, but I don't think that there really is. Like, theirs was the only investigation standing on YouTube. And That has a lot of views, and we know that people just keep coming back to it.
It gets recycled and goes back through the pages in WA especially, and it's up there.
It's a location that a lot of people are curious about. It pops up every now and then, and for good reason, as you will see.
Yeah.
Or you already have seen, if you've watched our video, I hope, part 1 and part 2.
Yes.
If not, at least we will be piecing together the pieces tonight.
And not only that, we've got some behind-the-scenes content that never made it to those 2 videos as well. So if there are parts of the puzzle that you want the inside scoop on or to learn more about, then we have them here tonight to broadcast and show you guys as well. So...
And as always, we really welcome your questions and we really appreciate it. In fact, when it comes to evidence, I personally love to be challenged. I think we both do.
Yeah.
If nothing else, it'll give us something else to think about, but also it gives us an opportunity if you guys are not sure about something or are thinking, it's, maybe it's just this, or like... we can actually explain maybe a little bit of what you can't see. So any questions, please feel free to ask away in chat.
Yeah, and even if we don't answer them right in the moment, we will log them and try and get back to you if we're in the middle of a conversation. So we will note them.
Yep.
But yeah, any questions you want to ask us, even if it's not related to the investigation, this is the live stream. We're here to chat with you guys. So yeah, anything that you want to throw. But like Kat said, challenge us on our evidence, or let me know your thoughts on what you think. I got a question. How are you guys so damn cool? Look, I don't know. I stand in the fridge. I don't know. I stand near freezers and fridges on a constant basis.
You're going to make me blush. Like, don't do that to me, please.
Paracult. I like that question.
Sophia.
Oh no. Paracult, you lovely bunch of you-know-whats. But
we love you guys.
We love you guys. We appreciate that love and support. If you guys are here in chat, are not following Paracult, go give their content a watch. Honestly, like, you guys have stepped it up a notch. I mean, even in the last couple of months since we've been really getting on the content of Paracult.
Yeah.
You guys are stepping it up like a different kind of notch now, and it's actually, as far as Australian investigations are concerned, I'm finding them not only an easy watch, but just the growth that channel has had as well since we've been watching is commendable.
Yeah.
So...
they are definitely right up there as far as paranormal investigators in Australia right now, so go check them out.
Yes, so much love to Paracult. Another thank you, I guess, before we start getting into our first our first bit of evidence.
Maybe later. My mum wants to see the back of my hair.
Do a spin. There you go.
I don't know if it's even or not.
It is.
I can't see the back.
It's pretty even. There you go. You got a quick glimpse. But before we go on and show any videos, there's one person we do really need to thank, and that is Michelle
absolutely.
from the Toodyay Visitor Centre. Because if it wasn't for her really pulling for us to go through and do this investigation, it wouldn't have happened. So... MJ, I've been to that jail a long time ago. I can't wait to see this investigation. Oh, awesome. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah, this is an interesting one. But without Michelle, this wouldn't be possible.
No, absolutely. And so thank you so much, Michelle, for really advocating for us with the Shire of Toodyay to get this location. It's been amazing how open you have been, and the others as well, towards the... just showcasing Toodyay's history from the paranormal perspective as well. So that's actually been a really amazing opportunity. Thank you so much.
So without that, should we switch to our first video?
Not to mention Michelle's late nights. I've got to thank you for that.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Like,
she stays up.
Michelle personally actually had to sort of stay up while we did this investigation. And that we truly appreciate as well.
She took time out of her day, took time out of her night, took time out of her weekend.
Yeah. To be available for us. So Yeah, truly appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Should we flick to our first bit of our first video?
Yes, we should.
Okay, so this right here is showcasing the best evidence that we captured on our night at the Newcastle Gaol. Some of this is crazily accurate to actual documented names associated with the building.
Mm-hmm.
And not just once throughout the night, but multiple times throughout the time that we were there.
Yeah.
And some of this also is some of the loudest disembodied noises I think we've ever had on a location.
Yeah.
And watching this back in post, I knew it at the time, but watching it back in post just reconfirmed everything I wanted to know was how clear was some of these.
Yeah. Watch this space. We'll be back.
Watch this space because I guarantee some of this is going to blow your minds. Enjoy. But I'm going to start off by introducing myself. I'm Jason. I'm in the Toodyay, I guess, memorial cell about the Toodyay family who did live in the Toodyay jail as a family home. 3 of the sons went off to World War II and didn't return.
I'm curious how you ended up here.
We're all connected.
I'm hearing all little noises around me. Don't really know what to make of them. Some of the steps on the floorboards. Like that's me, but there's clicks. Feels like there's tapping on the glass around me as well.
We're family.
We're family.
Tom.
Is your name Tom?
Thank you very much for communicating with me and having a chat. Thomas. Hi, Thomas. I'm trying to find the names of the 3 boys. The Toodyay family came to Toodyay around 1925. Tom Toodyay married Mary Ann Gordon and had 5 sons: Eddie, Tom, Bob, Gordon and Bert. They rented the jail as a family home from about 1929. Tom Toodyay ran a woodyard. Tom said Thomas. Thank you, Thomas. You'd say we're family. Thank you very much, if that was you.
Hello to any of the spirits who are here. We've already been in this room for a little bit, but just in case you've missed it, my name is Kat.
I'm Grazer.
And
3 children here.
Oh, straight away.
Straight up. Alrighty. Hello.
Hello, you little ones.
Would you like to tell us your names?
Maybe some memories you might have of the place. Or what this place means to you.
Tragedy.
Move the camera away from that. Tragedy. I'm sorry to hear if there was a tragedy.
Does the tragedy relate to the 3 children that are here? Or maybe something completely different?
We do come here out of respect, and our main purpose here is to give you a voice. Anyone who is still here and hasn't passed on, you may be attached to this place, attached to one of the objects that are here.
Died in battle.
Well, that's interesting.
That is interesting. Who died in battle? Are you talking about the children?
Are you making some links here?
Yeah. Alrighty, so that's the end of our time in here.
Team.
Team? Yes, we are a team.
We have to go meet up with the rest of the team now.
We have to go meet up with the rest of our team.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. You want us to go out to them? We'll
That's what I'm taking that as. Yeah. We will. We do. We have to go out and see the rest of our team. But thank you very much for the information you did give us.
We've had some information through our spirit talkers today, which are quite on point and quite almost talking off each other.
Even though they weren't even near each other.
Yep. So it's an opportunity to see what we can muster up.
We're all connected.
I had that in there, word for word.
Wow.
And that was on a different spirit talker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
That was on mine.
Guys, I don't know about you, but I feel like a lot of what we're picking up on could potentially be more towards the Toodyay, the living, as opposed to the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
The Toodyay, like when they lived here as a family.
I'm getting more connection to family than I am
Yeah.
convict. I don't
Same,
know about you
actually.
guys, because a lot of it keeps saying family connected, stuff like that. And I didn't think, of all things, we'd get more Toodyay stuff, but I'm leaning more toward, I'm not saying it is them, but it's more family orientated than convict orientated.
I'm with my children.
Constantly family and children.
Yeah. Children's come
So
up.
family orientated.
Exactly what we're saying is family orientated.
Do we know the three boys, the Toodyay boys? Do we know their mum's name at all?
Mary.
Okay.
It's Mary and Tom.
Mary and Tom.
That one's sticking with me.
I think the thing that's sticking with me is twice having hung, drawn and quartered.
Yes.
That's a hell of a sentence to have twice.
Twice in that short space of time to be in the one session.
Whoa.
You heard that too?
I heard that too.
Which direction did that come from?
I've got goosies.
So do I.
Goosies.
I feel like it came from that side of the room.
That was... Is that a woman?
It sounded like a woman.
It sounded more higher pitched.
Yeah. Like a...
Yeah.
To be in the one session.
Whoa.
You heard that too?
I heard that too.
To be in the one session.
Whoa.
You heard that too?
I heard that too.
Like it either sounds like a woman or a chair being dragged.
Do you hear that?
What in the holy...
That's weird noise. It's worth noting that we're actually standing in the courtyard on a stone floor, so we're not on any timber floor ourselves at the moment. That's a weird noise, isn't it?
Is that even on wood anymore?
What year it was that you were in this lockup?
Oh,
Do you hear that?
that's right out here with me.
Hey?
That was right behind me.
It sounded really close to you.
It's right, yeah, it was right behind me.
Would you like to say hi to me? Perhaps you could come forward and tell me your name. Do you hear that?
It's right with me, man.
What the fuck? That's fucking bizarre. Maybe you could tell me what year it was that you were in this lockup.
That was me shifting my weight that time.
Oh my god. I'll try again.
Yeah.
Need to fart first.
There was another one.
I heard it. That was solid.
Wait, the fart or the sound?
Nah, the sound. It was after my fart, right?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Bro, I'm telling you. Like,
That wasn't you, was it?
no, it's not me. Bro, I'm telling you, it is like right up on me. Like, it is like literally like someone is stepping right where I'm standing.
I can hear it loud as from inside the cell.
Alright, try again, sorry.
That's right.
Oh, bro.
Is that you?
No, that's not me,
I'm
bro.
standing dead still.
Bro, like...
Where's it coming from?
It's right next to me, dude.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like...
I moved then.
It's me shifting around at the moment.
Yep.
There you go. So, some very interesting audibles in that one.
There was a lot there.
Including the fart. Let's just clear the air. Clear the air is a choice of words. Let's just clear the air. We had to leave the fart in. It echoed in the cell. But all the other, like... Now, we must say, like, those cells over there was the 1907 lockup and is not actually part of the Newcastle jail that we were investigating that night. When we went there, we had no idea that was even an option to us.
Yeah.
And Michelle allowed us to actually... where is Grazer? He is not with us tonight. So yeah, we didn't know that we were even going to get that.
Yeah, it was actually such a surprise, and it was so exciting to hear that we had that, because we are the only team to have ever investigated there. So we had no idea what to expect, of course. Like, we didn't even really have any anecdotal stories from people about what was there, because nobody really spends much time there, I don't think.
It's not even open to the general public. It's not part of the museum. It's not part of anything. And to go over there and hear the audibles of footsteps, and hearing them in real time was a shock, especially when we're outside in the courtyard on the stone pavement and hearing like what sounds like boots on wooden floorboards. It's like, we know it's not us, and we know there's no one else in here. So that is something that even still today, watching stuff like that back, there is no way. Like, there is no way. Like, yeah. That's very odd. So
it's so cool. And what about the evidence with the Derisi family? Like,
yeah.
That was so cool. The fact that we got that evidence, if you have seen the like investigation part 1 and part 2, that was across the course of the night. Some of it was sort of at the same time, and then again came through later in the night, getting the names Tom, and then the information about the children as well was just... You know, a lot of people might question the Spirit Talker app, and, you know, to be perfectly honest...
We do.
So do we. But when we use it, it continues to surprise us with the relevance of evidence. And I wanted to explain as well why, I don't know if some of you might have noticed this in our videos, that it seems as if we don't really talk about the history all the time. And given that that's what we're about and we know the history very well, there's a reason for that. And you would have seen it in that scene with me and Grazer, is that even though we were putting the pieces together about the fact that, you know, 3 children here that died in battle, that's obviously the 3 Derisi children that went to war. They served in World War II and they didn't come home, unfortunately. And so
yeah,
it would be surprising if their spirits were there, but that was their family home. That was their childhood home. So that would be a place which is very special to them. It is possible. It's also possible, though, that could have been Tom himself talking about his children.
Correct. And like you were saying, there's a reason why we don't say it out loud. And that's to make sure that we don't influence our investigation.
Yeah. Particularly when using something like Spirit Talker, because there's a lot of, skepticism out there, and, like, is Spirit Talker listening to what we say and repeating it back, which in our experience, it definitely isn't. But that's one of the reasons why we don't say these things. We won't mention them in the moment. We'll sort of save that till afterwards to talk about it. And we really just want to see what else they bring us in. We know the information, but if they tell us what we already know to be true, then we can be that little bit more sure that we are talking to somebody in the afterlife. That's what we're all about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's kind of why we do that.
Yeah, and it's like we want that information to come to us. So we start, like, we can all say, I think we know what this is related to and that, but if we start talking about it, like, even subconsciously, we're then making it like that is the go. That is what's happening. Yeah. And that's something that we try and separate ourselves from. It's like we want all that information to come to us as much as that can without our influence. And that's kind of why you don't see us openly talking about it on our videos.
There's also that sense as well that, like, somebody's just telling you what you want to hear. Whereas when we don't actually say what it is that we think is happening, then they can't do that. The only people who know the information are those people themselves who were alive and lived in that place.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
And if you want to take a good example, go watch part 2 of our Ravenswood Hotel investigation, because the relevancy of stuff that came through was beyond anything that we could fathom that we expected to get. And I think that is a very good example of how, as Paracolt said, Spirit Talk could come in clutch, because that backed up a lot of documented stuff, way further than just the people there, but the dark sides of conversations we were picking up on, and all kinds of different stuff.
Yeah, that was actually really, really cool. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. We're not here, by the way, to try and convince anybody on Spirit Talker. Nah. We're just explaining our process.
We still sit on the fence, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's amazing when it comes through, and sometimes it's like, this can't be, but we'd like to, we'd like to be tested, and, you take it with a grain of salt. Is it not? G'day, guys. Were there any known deaths there?
We'll get there. I'm really curious as to, MJ has said, I think it's the mother, and I'm just really curious as to what makes you think that, so feel free to put a little bit more about that in the comments. We love everybody's theories.
Yeah, that's it. And MJ said, how many children did the family lose to the war, and was the father also... The father wasn't at war. They had 5 children. 3 went to war and never returned. Yeah. So Tom and Mary were the parents. You had Tom, Bert, and I'm blanking on the third one right now that actually died at war. Those were the 3 that never returned home. So, but it's interesting that where Star and my cell were positioned, because we all had a cell each, but we also had a blank cell in between us. So we couldn't hear or I guess contaminate each other's audio and evidence, because I don't know about you, but I couldn't hear anything in the cell next to me.
No.
I had nothing.
No, we actually tested out by sort of just yelling out to each other. We have walkie-talkies on us as well, so, we can sort of walkie in and be like, can anybody hear us?
Heard nothing.
Nothing. It's actually really weird.
When we put when we go to the editing, we put it all in the line, because we go ready, set, bang. We know when each other are filming, because we can time it up with the audio and the times on the footage, and we put it on the timeline. And I worked out that from the time that Star got Tom and I got Thomas, there was 2 minutes and 26 second time difference from when Star got it and when I got it. 2 completely different Spirit Talkers, 2 completely different cells. And although we were the closest together, it makes you wonder how close that needs to be to pick up on what's happening. Star was also getting, I'm walking around and I'm moving around. However, nothing was happening in Star's cell, but I was getting a lot of walking around and footsteps and that in my cell. So that's very interesting that we were the closest 2 together, and it was picking up on stuff that I was actually dealing with.
Interestingly on that as well, whether you guys have noticed this or not, we use 2 Spirit Talkers now. Both of them are dedicated Spirit Talker phones.
Yeah.
And one of them's on Android and the other one's on iPhone. The relevance of that, not entirely sure, but it is kind of something that we've run before as a bit of an experiment in the same room, having the 2 together and being will they come out with the same words? And what we sometimes find is that they come out with very similar but different words. And so I don't know if that little experiment played any part in the fact that some things were coming through on the spirit talker which Star had in the next cell over, or with one in between, but yeah, the next cell over, while some of it was coming through on the one that Jaysinn had in his cell. So
it's very interesting. Star, yeah, like Star said, I had nothing during that time. So there you go. It was very interesting. I mean, the Drizzy stuff was on point. It's funny that the died in battle tragedy, 3 children here. That perfectly sums up, like, the 3 Drizzy boys did die in battle. They did go to war. They never returned. 3 children here, though, kind of says that there is 3 children there, which is interesting. But it's almost like it was. I mean, getting Tom and Thomas so close together, and that's ironic. So cool. One of the boys was also Thomas as well, so, is it one of the children? Is it the dad? Because they're both called Tom or Thomas. But 3 children here is almost relating, like, is it Tom Drizzy, the father, saying they are here and trying to tell their story? I don't know.
Possibly.
See, I don't know about you, but I feel like we need to go back, because having a second go at it and seeing if the same relevant information comes back again, it just further proves that was not just a one-off, and there might be more to it.
Absolutely. The thing is that we often find ourselves leaving an investigation with more questions than answers. We're okay with that. That's cool. Who had a question about were there any known deaths? Somebody asked that.
Yes, that's Papa Rizzo.
Thank you very much for your question. No, there were no deaths that we could find any documentation of occurring at the Toodyay jail building itself. Sorry, the Newcastle jail building itself. However, that doesn't necessarily mean that they didn't occur. So we can't assume that there were any, but also we also don't entirely know whether they didn't. So did we find the place of death of Tom Drizzy or not? I think that a lot of the time places of death are reported just as, died in Toodyay. Yeah. And so it's like, could they have died in their home? Maybe they did, maybe they didn't.
With more historical figures, yes, but unfortunately we tried finding that out during the research process and didn't come to a conclusion of where.
There's no prisoners that we know of that died while they were there, but we also don't know for sure. There was obviously the Indigenous cell at the prison, and from just bits and pieces that we've heard, there's not always good treatment of Indigenous prisoners back in the day. And, did deaths occur that weren't documented? Who knows? Like, it could have happened. There's also, if you're wondering, there was no hangings, or nobody was sentenced to had any death penalty sentences there.
Because more of those stronger crimes were sent to Fremantle.
Yes.
They were not. A lot of the heavier sentences did not do their service at the Newcastle jail. Originally it was a lockup and did get moved to jail status.
Yeah.
But for more of the hardcore crimes, they didn't do time there.
Well, it was originally a convict jail. Yeah. Or a convict depot, actually. So, yeah, in the very early days, that's what it was used for. Which, at that time, the convicts weren't necessarily treated particularly badly because they were required for labour. Yeah. So, in that sense, there's not only negative connections, even in that sense, with the jail as a convict depot or as a lockup.
We can answer that question from MJ there that said, were there any females locked in that prison? We confirmed that there was.
Definitely, yeah. There was one woman who was pregnant, actually. And
she was locked up in the Indigenous cell.
She was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think there's a little bit more on that story in the video.
Moondine actually didn't stay in the jail that is now standing. That's one misconception about the Newcastle Gaol, is that particular one. That particular one was not the one he was locked up at. He was locked up in the very first one that is now no longer standing. However, he only did one night.
Yeah.
He only ever did one night there.
To be fair, I don't even think it was a full night.
Because he escaped.
He escaped. In typical Moondane Joe fashion, he escaped. On the horse that he was accused of stealing.
With the mare's bridle and saddle.
Yeah.
So there you go.
He made off, and he was eventually recaptured.
And he did go to Fremantle, and he broke out twice from Fremantle.
Yeah.
And then he ended up in the Fremantle lunatic asylum.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, where he passed.
Yeah.
I think he broke out of there as well at some stage.
I think he broke out of there several times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
he actually went back.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. At that point, I don't even think he just went on little day trips and came back. As far as I'm aware, by that point.
Yeah. But Paracol did say, "Did you know Spirit Talk Out was actually made by a NASA rocket engineer?" I actually did know that.
Did you?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I did know that.
Oh wow!
Before we go on to our next video as well, MJ did say before, looking at starting, where would you start paranormal equipment wise? That's a toughie. Because everyone has their own thing that they're drawn to. I don't think that... I mean, I can say what I like, but it's very... It all depends on you, really.
Yeah. It depends on the location as well. Like, we find that certain pieces of equipment are and aren't appropriate at certain locations. Like, if you're going to be investigating... somewhere that's quite noisy, probably an EVP device isn't the best. If you're going to be... there's just so many things, to keep in mind. Using an EMF meter isn't really appropriate somewhere where you're surrounded by power and Wi-Fi and all of those things. So it's just picking the right piece of equipment for the environment that you're in mostly. Yeah. So keep that in mind when you're picking out what you choose to purchase first. A good failsafe is always a cat ball, actually.
The cat, we have
you
so
can
much
use them
fun.
anywhere.
We have so much fun with the cat balls. Yeah. And you know what? I'm really opposed to the SP7 Spirit Box.
Opposed to it?
Sorry, not opposed to it. For it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm actually... Sorry, not opposed to it. That's
Jeez.
definitely not the right word. I actually like that thing. I remember... Small K2 and cat ball is a good start, and a camera and slowly build up. Yeah.
Don't forget the camera.
Don't forget the camera. Yes, document everything. Always be documenting and always be educating. It's always educating. The SB7 Spirit Box. I remember when we first took the antenna out of it and we were testing it, and literally we didn't think, we'll see if there's any radio signals coming on. And we're in this house, and we turned it on. And literally, there was no radio coming through, and we made sure it cycled through a few times. We make sure, and we literally had a female come through, go hello, and we were like, what the? We're
just like, what the fuck?
We're not asking any questions. We just let it run to double check no radio's being picked up. And we're like, what's
that was crazy. Hey, and we haven't. If you haven't seen it yet as well, there is actually an investigation of this house on our channel. So go check that one out as well if you are curious.
That was a year ago that it got uploaded.
Yeah.
Almost to, about 7 days ago.
Yeah.
It would have been a year when that's been up.
So the spoiler though, the female voice that said hello to us did not come through again.
No.
Who knows?
But we did capture possibly one of the best pieces of evidence we've ever had, and that was that ghost can fart.
Yeah.
We may have picked up a ghost fart. That is the weirdest thing. Every time I say that, it's the weirdest sentence. This should never be a sentence. But we're getting off track.
We are.
Okay, so we've done the stuff that is very accurate, evidential-wise. But there was a flip side to this investigation. We picked up some dark communication that we have to draw some attention to, because to some aspects, this isn't our first rodeo picking up some of the darker stuff, and we think there might be more at play here, but we are going to throw it to you guys to have a watch of this video and come back to us to see what you think. and then we'll talk about it after as well. But
Yeah.
this is very interesting, and it links up to some previous videos on our channel in a weird way that we can't explain.
Yeah. We can theorize till the cows come home, but yeah, there's just so many pieces to the puzzle, and definitely some more obvious links though, which you'll see. Would love to know what you guys think of it. So,
Yeah. And you're very welcome, MJ. All right, let's flick to the video. But in saying that, if we were to hear someone walking up to the door, we'd hear him walking on the...
Yeah.
that's what I'm thinking.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, we don't like that.
Satan.
Satan.
Okay. It's not great.
Not after those heavy noises.
No, definitely not.
I don't know what that was behind me, but that was loud as balls.
It was, and it was loud over there too. Could we just ask again, is there any kind of dark entity here, or somebody who means us harm? We did receive that message before, and we just wanted to check in and see if we should be concerned.
Secrets.
I don't think it's going to tell us much more on that topic.
Yeah.
And then there was the thump that went
Down
on
in this corner.
there. Either it's the stocks. Now, we do know the stocks are just a prop here. They weren't here.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
No, it's not going to be used here either.
No. But I feel like between, these two and this back wall over here.
Would you rather face that way with
Drawn
the
and
camera?
quartered.
Okay.
It's unusual for something like that to come through twice.
That
in one
is-
session.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
We like the dark.
Thank you very much.
Eyes.
Eyes.
I don't know about you guys, but it's starting to get a bit creepy here.
Yeah.
Yes.
I got like super cold just before when I told you. It's not just the cold of the night.
Yeah, I'm getting really cold around my legs.
very, very,
I'm
very cold.
shaking.
Mm.
I don't know you guys, but it is starting to creep.
It does.
Factor is turning that dial
I
up.
feel like
Yeah.
there's something going on.
My arms are really cold, but I think that's.
I just want to say as well, I wasn't going to say it on camera, but I will. Since we've been here tonight, I felt like I haven't had a lot to say, to be honest. I have not felt myself at all.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really quite outgoing normally, and I feel kind of quite low would be the best way to describe it.
Is it almost like a bit oppressed?
Yeah, I've there was at one stage when I was filming, I was actually feeling quite overwhelmed with emotion, and it's really not like me at all.
No, you're always cracking
Yeah.
dry humour jokes.
I don't know, there is just something, when we arrived I had sort of ignored it, and then I came out here by myself for a while just to try and shake it off, but yeah, I'm not shaking it off at all. I feel quite weird to what I normally do on an investigation, yeah. I don't know, there's
No,
just
probably,
something going on.
It's probably good saying it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Thanks for sharing.
There's nothing that we're doing that could help you out.
No, not, like everything's been the same as usual for us, with setting up and getting started.
Yeah.
Are you afraid?
Wow. No, I'm not actually. I don't feel afraid at all if you are talking to me. It's just, it's like an oppressive feeling. I guess it's kind of the feeling you would have if you were in this place against your will, perhaps. That's kind of the feeling I've been
They're
having
probably
all night.
sharing how they felt.
With you. Possibly. Yeah.
She scares me.
Who scares you?
It's not just me here.
It's not just you here. Is it her that's with you?
She doesn't like you.
Why doesn't she like me? I'm sorry that she doesn't like me.
I can protect you.
You can't protect me.
Draining.
You don't have permission to drain me. If you need to use power from the torch, you can use power from the torch, but you don't have permission to drain me.
There's evil everywhere.
There's evil everywhere. Do you mean in this prison? In this jail I'm in? Or do you mean everywhere?
Okay, I will say this. The feeling has changed in here for me. I found it very peaceful and kind of an empty feeling. And now I'm feeling some sort of presence. And what I don't like is when the camera bright light is in my face and everything else is pitch black behind that. It's kind of disconcerting. Is there someone in here with me now?
She's coming.
She's coming. Energy that I... Challenge. The energy that I felt building earlier, or a short while ago, it's really subsided for me now. Challenge is interesting, because I have had that. They were losing energy as well, so maybe it's difficult. Probably the REM pod would have been perfect in here, because that gives spirits energy. Is it a challenge for you to get enough... Guillotine.
Concern. He will affect everyone.
He will affect everyone. Who is he? Why will he affect everyone? I'm also curious, how will he affect everyone?
Different.
He will affect everyone differently.
What was that?
Was that you?
No.
Was that footsteps behind you?
It definitely came from behind. I wouldn't call it footsteps.
It sounded more like a growl.
Yeah.
That was horrifying. I want to listen to that back when...
It was like...
If that was you that made that noise, you can let us know by answering our questions down there at any stage.
When you say it's a creature, what kind of creature are you talking about? Is it kind of animal that's here with us at the moment, that's making noises?
Manifest.
Okay.
It's a creature that manifests.
Yeah.
Jaysinn.
Oh, again. I think we're being told to listen to Jaysinn right now.
Yes,
I think so. Yeah.
What's really weird is 3 investigations in a row it has said my name.
Yeah.
Chronological filmed, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a message for Jaysinn? So something... I swear to fucking
I
God,
heard
I just
that.
saw a shadow out the side of my eye then too.
I heard a thump noise.
So did I. But I actually reacted first to the shadow, like as...
I didn't see
and
a
then
shadow,
I heard the thump.
Yeah. I heard it.
Yeah. You'll be able to see my head turn, and it's probably at the same time as the thump, but
If the disembodied hiss we just heard and captured wasn't creepy enough, it may actually hold some significance to a location that we filmed a year prior, and would you believe was aimed at Jaysinn. When we investigated just down the road at the Freemasons Hotel last year, a similar hiss was captured and aimed directly at Jaysinn as he walked down the stairs. I will say, I'm starting to get very lightheaded on the stairs. someone literally just like hissed at me. Literally, I walked in front and it was just like, I'm fucking, Jesus fuck. What makes this even more interesting is when we woke up the next morning after staying at the Freemasons Hotel, a spirit intelligently answers our questions by lighting up our cat ball. Not only did they say that they were shackled in iron chains, but admits to being present at the Newcastle Gaol when we visited earlier that day prior. Let us go back to our current investigation at the Newcastle Gaol. Jason's name is said, and when Kat asks, "Do you have a message for Jason?" yet another hiss can be heard. Is this all just coincidence? Or is there something more concerning at play here? What do you think? There you go. So, yeah, that is what it is.
Yes, Michelle, it was scary.
Yeah, now we gotta mention, like, the hiss at the Freemasons Hotel, that was from our Phasm, our little tiny static camera, because we had our main camera and microphone upstairs being switched over batteries.
Yeah.
So this was from a tiny little static camera's audio, which they're not made to have mics and capture audio. They're there for static footage. And that was heard on that thing.
Yeah, which means it was loud. Like... You don't normally pick up subtle noises on those kind of cameras.
Yeah. If you guys return, I'd love to see what would happen if one of you volunteered to be handcuffed to the handrail and see what paranormal reactions happen.
Handrail?
Or the
handrail?
Or the rail in the thing is though, that the only rail is in the indigenous cell.
Yeah.
And I think it may be seen as quite offensive for us to be handcuffed in there.
Yeah. And then that would be actually an ankle shackle.
Yeah, it's an ankle shackle. Yeah.
However, there is that area in the centre, which we questioned what that stack of bricks was for.
Yeah.
And somebody in our comments section of the video actually commented that would be where they sort of chained prisoners who were, in trouble. Misbehaving, something. Out in the elements for periods of time in the centre of the courtyard. So there might be interesting. That could be an interesting one, actually. That
would be more probably on, the brick structure. Yeah. That would probably be more on point than rather in the indigenous one. The indigenous ones probably might not be seen as in the most respectful nature, I'll say.
Yeah.
Would be missed, I think. But that I see where you're coming from, Paracult, though. Like, it'll be interesting.
Definitely.
But yeah, the dark side is interesting. I mean, the growls, the hisses, the weird stuff. Sorry, that's the one I meant. I didn't know what to call. Oh, okay.
Cool.
I had a bug fly in my eye, by the way. That was delightful.
Oh, I bet it was.
Yeah.
We also found out that since... Well, he sorts himself out.
Go on. This is a mosquito just stuck in my eyeball. It's fine.
In the video, we did say that Jason's name came up 3 investigations in a row. Upon looking through afterwards, we actually have realised that was 5. 5 investigations in a row consecutively, Jason's name got said.
Yeah.
And it's actually come up a couple times before that, but not in a row. And one of those actually wasn't on camera.
And we can let you know it's happened after we filmed that location too.
Oh, it has, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, don't know what's going on there, but there might be a few more pieces of that puzzle to put together. Or is this actually related just to Toodyay? As you could see in the evidence from the Freemasons Hotel and the conversation that we had with whatever spirit was in the room that we slept in. In the morning, we did that little experiment with the cat ball and the spirit talker.
Yeah.
We did that the next day. And, they did say that
they were present.
They were at the jail with us.
We asked them, were you from the Freemasons Hotel where we were staying? It said no. It did say, however, it didn't follow us to the prison.
Yeah.
But it was present at the prison.
And so it's possible that something that we saw at the prison, because we had actually been to the jail that day before we investigated Freemasons, just visiting. So it's possible that something saw us there, came back to Freemasons with us, been back to the jail. Maybe they're a spirit that can travel around the town quite readily. But they, don't know. It's very hard to put these pieces together.
And it's funny, MJ said, F that, wow. I'd be interested to know if Jaysinn has ever had an attachment or presence around him in his personal life. Does he have any higher abilities? I don't have any abilities. That's for me. However, it's interesting that you say that, because we believe that there is something at play. We've narrowed it down to it possibly is me.
Possibly, I don't know what would indicate that. Like, I don't know what.
If you go back through our channel and watch the investigations as they come out, now we know that they don't always go up in the chronological order that they're filmed in, but a lot of the earlier ones are fairly close. But you'll see a lot of similarities between investigations and scouts, and you'll see that some of the same information comes through, and it's always asking certain phrases, and it never gives certain answers when asked. And we've picked up on it, and you'll see us say, are you thinking what I'm thinking with this? And we know, but we also, we're trying to go back to find out where this started, and we are continuously trying to do that and put the pieces of the puzzle together. And I think that warrants something of its own in the future, because it is getting a bit weird now.
It is. Whether or not what we were experiencing there and what we just showed at the Toodyay jail was actually related to that potential attachment, we're not sure, because that does seem to be maybe Toodyay related. But yeah, there's definitely also been some speculation as to whether or not there is an attachment that follows us around, most likely attached to Jaysinn.
It hasn't affected me negatively in life.
Not at all.
Nothing at all. It's not like changed the way I do things, or there's been a couple of places that will come out on the channel that have made things a bit uneasy in certain situations, which is ironic to some of the locations, but you'll watch that as they get released on the channel this year.
In the most part, it comes out and, we might receive warnings at a location that maybe don't necessarily seem related to the location itself, or be careful and cautions and stuff like that. But it seems to be very much related to while we're investigating. That said, we don't turn on equipment when we're not investigating, so
and like MJ just said there, be safe. Although you don't see it on our videos, we do everything we do when we leave a location to protect ourselves. That doesn't normally always be showcased on our videos, but we do it. We don't just put our stuff in a bag and walk away. We have our own way of signing out from a location when we're done filming. And that is something that I don't think the cameras need to be rolling for. I mean, we like to get that out the way and then be in the right frame of mind and before moving on from a location. So we do take those kind of we each have our own way and our own things to say, but we do those.
We all have our own individual precautions which are meaningful to us personally, and therefore I think that brings them a lot of strength. And that's kind of the best protection that we can have when it comes to something that we don't really know a whole lot about. We can't ever really know. You can't say, oh my god, we're 100% safe and doing all, but because I don't think anybody can when it comes to paranormal. But we do what we can, and we think that we do enough for ourselves.
Someone watching over you. Well, we have had someone that has appeared in a couple of our videos, and when warnings happen, they always show up, which is very, very interesting. But that's in our investigations previously. You can go back onto our channel and watch that. But if you haven't, do go and watch the Freemasons hotel investigations, because that really opens up that door inside where a lot of links start to happen. And I think that's a lot of that started the Toodyay link ups. And it's very, very interesting because that investigation is still is the one place that I'm really uneasy about, and for no reason. It's but when you go there, but why that place is way worse than others for me, and why I feel that way personally. We do know during that investigation, I was going through radiotherapy for bowel cancer, so I was at my weakest physically, body-wise, what I could tank. So probably not the most ideal thing when you're going through radiation, but it was something to put your mind to get through it. But that's probably why I was targeted that night, but the ongoing stuff is not what we predicted.
No, not at all. And, you know, did it start there? Who knows? If you want to see a little bit more about our potential attachment, though, related to or unrelated to Toodyay, and put some pieces together, there's actually one of our videos from the Kalamunda History Village. Chambers House.
Yeah.
I think the video is titled, Does This Spirit Know Us So Well?
How does the spirit know us so well?
How does the spirit know us so well?
Something along that lines.
Yeah, which is very much shows some bits and pieces of what communications we were getting that didn't necessarily seem related to the location itself.
Yeah. We appreciate that. Thanks, MJ.
Yeah.
We will say, during that video, we did have a notification come up. Wombat in chat bought some merch. So thank you for repping the merchandise, the Afterlife Party merch.
I love that you just pointed straight to me as you said that. I feel like this requires explanation. This is merch.
This is merch.
This is one of the merch that you can buy from our merch store. I love this t-shirt so much.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, if you go to the description below, you can get your hands and rep that Afterlife Party merch. So, yeah, thank you very much, Wombat, for grabbing your long-sleeved Afterlife Party logo tee. And it said one more as well, which didn't say, but we appreciate it. All the money that's raised there through our merch store goes into our equipment and goes into locations. So it from you, it helps us go out and do more of this, of what you see. So it is hand on heart appreciated. Thank you very, very much. So yes, at the moment that is in USD, those prices. So if you see $18, luckily it's not Australian.
Yeah,
it is in USD, but that's just the universal kind of currency around the world and in YouTube. So it is in USD. So we'll give you that forewarning. But they are great quality. They're comfy as all hell. They really are. They're so soft. You go through the wash and the pattern just stays on. It doesn't fade out. So we're really happy with the quality of the shirts. So yeah.
Yeah. Is that that's pretty much it for this part, hey? Shall we
go to the behind the scenes?
Go to our behind the scenes?
Yes, let's show you guys some of the stuff that didn't make the final cut. Some of this will give you a laugh. I fell for that when I bought some. I know we want to somehow put it there, but it doesn't allow us to do it in AUD. So we'll figure it out. We're trying to do it. Yeah, but yeah. Oh, thanks,
thank you.
Thank you. All right, here's some behind the scenes content for you guys. We'll come back after this as we go towards the end of the stream. So enjoy the behind the scenes content, guys. We'll be right back.
I was feeling quite sort of dizzy and disoriented before. I want to say that I've been here to the Toodyay jail sort of in the last few years. I've been here 3 times, or probably in the last year actually I've been here 3 times. This is the 3rd time. The first 2 times that I came here, just get all these little dizzy spells. The first 2 times that I came here, I found that when I come close to this cabinet, I just start getting these little dizzy spells. The first time that I ever experienced that was at the Olive Estate. And at the same time that I got that really dizzy spell and started to feel faint, we also picked up some motion sensor evidence and an EVP saying that was me, which really validated for me the fact that that was caused by something paranormal, perhaps by an entity. And so, yeah, that seems to be a thing that I experience every now and then since then. And in this cell, on 3 separate occasions, I've experienced that. So if there is somebody here who is maybe having that impact on me, I don't really have any sense when this happens of whether or not that's sort of positive energy, maybe a painful energy or a dark energy or a heavy energy. I don't really know. I'm obviously feeling some heaviness along with my disorientation. Just have to grab the cabinet again. But if you could light up one of the devices just to let me know that there's somebody here, that would be amazing. I'd really, really appreciate that. I do want to just say that, like, I'm not frightened by this at all, by this energy. It's just something that's quite curious for me, actually.
You come up to the antenna and will detect that you are here. So at any stage you want to come forward and what?
Could that have been Fizz?
Yes. How did that ring? What? Did you guys just have your walkies ring? That this sets that off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to debunk that as the walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
What's that?
Try and move away from that as best I can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure ours rang as well. It was weird.
Like my hands were far from it too.
Yeah, got no idea why.
That REM pod just went off there.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly.
Could that have still been the walkie even though you're that far away?
Potentially, but when I rang it did
Yeah, it was when you got the response.
Should only go when I'm using it. We'll leave the walkie over here.
Yeah.
If that was you,
It scared the crap out of me.
if that was you on the REM pod at the end, feel free to keep doing that. Maybe you've learned that already. Maybe. Not sure. Interesting. We're starting off well here. Start.
Yeah. We're getting things ring at us.
Ringing us. REM pod scaring us.
See, when it first went off, I thought, is there a phone in here?
Yeah, it was weird. Alright, well, we know that's a feature of the walkie-talkie.
The more you know.
I don't know why we need a ring. I heard moving, but I had my back.
We've got another train coming through.
More often late at night.
See, I was saying just before,
At least
we've
the
only had
freight
like
trains.
3 since the sun went down, and now we've got another one after that.
Yeah.
We'll wait for them to go before we
Yeah, that's an hour.
And there's also this beautiful little dolly here, which always attracts my attention for some reason.
Well, it creeps me out, to be fair.
Yeah, yep, totally feel that. You know what we haven't mentioned yet either?
Yeah.
That they've probably ended up on camera in various stages. If anyone would like to play a game of Spot the Mice, there should be 5 random mice hidden around the museum in various places, and I just found one.
Oh,
That's
really?
your first clue. That's your first hint. Got this little mouse.
Wow.
Can't
It's so
remember if it's-
small.
Can't remember if it's 5 or 7. Not quite sure. But, you know, feel free playing along at home to play Spot the Mice and tell us where you've seen the other ones.
Did you make this up, or is this for real?
No, this is for real. It's
Okay,
actually
cool.
a thing that they have here at,
Okay, cool.
at the
This
museum.
is news to me, so
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
just checking.
I've seen a couple around and I keep meaning to mention it.
Nice.
They've definitely ended up on camera.
Yeah, cool.
So yeah, we're definitely in the museum part of the building. So
Uh-huh.
The Derizzies, Thomas and Mary,
Yep.
I got Thomas in the Derizzi cell.
Wow,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool as.
I got Tom.
There you go.
There you
No
go.
way.
Yeah.
I also got Thompson.
Okay.
At a different time.
Tom and Mary Derizzi were the parents.
Oh, okay. But yeah, Tom definitely came.
Wow.
There's walking around that cell. Like there's noises. There's everything.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Being there in a pitch black dark is an
I
experience.
think my spirit thought he was talking to you, but I was talking to me because one of my first messages is, I'm walking around you.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
I
And you
was
heard
asking. I was like, please. I said, there's got to be other noises here. I'm standing dead still,
that? Yeah.
and I'm right here, straight away.
First 2 messages on this one.
I'm over here. I'm walking around you.
And you said that you couldn't hear anything, Star. You couldn't actually hear the footsteps of
I
anybody
did not
walking.
hear any footsteps while I was
So-
in
Oh,
there.
I was hearing.
So you were quite confused.
I was hearing stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like starting to listen. I'm like, maybe it is things hitting the roof and that. But it sounded more like people were moving around, but the glass was being tapped in that room. And I'm standing dead still because I'm like doing so hard to stand there.
Yeah.
And there was like little tsh, 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 tsh on the glass, and then there was a few noises that were adamant.
Okay.
Felt like someone was outside and walked up to my cell as well. Very interesting in there.
Yeah, you said that happened while we were in here.
Mm.
Yeah.
We were literally in this room.
And I was, at that time, I was in the same spot I was the whole time, which was seated back against the wall, not moving at all.
Sweet.
No
Yeah.
movement. Yeah.
Cool.
Then I got intense. And following that I was, please be careful here.
I did get warned. I got watched.
Yeah. I got, she scares me.
I had terrified.
Yeah. It's not just me here.
I heard we're gathering on mine.
Yeah. Then I got another positive one of, I just like to talk.
I got communicating.
We're all connected.
We're family. I'm not joking. I'm not
Can you
joking.
turn
They're very
it
similar,
on,
yeah.
Please.
Oh yeah, I can do.
Thank you.
I can't protect you.
Cool. I didn't get anything in reference to anything with that.
Did you get anything on children? I got the children are listening.
I didn't, but I did get boy and girl, but that could be adults. That's not necessarily children.
Then I got draining.
I got heavy.
Box.
No.
I didn't see how that was related. There's evil everywhere.
My makeup.
Yeah, I don't like that up.
My pigtails. It's definitely too loose. I feel like Jason wore this last maybe.
Do you reckon that's his fat head?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. He's going to be upset when he sees this.
Oh wait, I forget that he watches these.
Oh, you'll be hearing about it, trust me.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
I can still see through this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, you can see through it.
Yeah. This has got a price tag on it still.
Is that better?
Yeah. Had to make it wider. Like I could see
Gotcha.
underneath and above, like
Yeah.
it was too narrow.
So I think we'll stand outside ourselves.
Yep.
We'll all film on our cameras. We'll all be out.
Turning this off.
We're gonna. Yeah, you turn it off.
I feel like we're all a little bit nuts, to be honest, doing this.
You're only learning this now.
The camera. This is dirtbag crazy.
I love how we've all got cameras.
I know.
That's sick. We can all film each other here.
Alright. So ready to stand outside the cell, ladies and gentlemen?
Oh, he's already there.
I'm not sure I want to stand outside mine. Here we go.
I think it was something on the camera or something.
Yeah.
The tripod legs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Another train.
Is it the same one? It's just a loud horn. Because I can still hear it.
It's still going.
Cabinet.
Cabinet.
There must be an item in here. It's in a cabinet somewhere.
Maybe.
It's the only thing I can think of.
Is it a train cabinet? Cabinet where we can lock the train away?
Should we? The Jersey?
Yeah,
Yeah. Have
You
you,
moved
have you walked in that one yet?
I have. I helped you set up.
What did you feel? But try and do that with the lights off. That's a different feeling. Different kettle of fish in there.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't catch me in that room lights off.
Yeah.
I didn't like being in there with you. And that's no insult to you.
Fly them all the way here. And that's what I get.
I set myself up to do it. I had to do it.
Mean.
If you were in my position, you would have done the same thing.
Yeah, I would have been like him.
You've seen me in there and gone, no.
What did you hear?
So footsteps over there. Right, just there.
Really?
Did you not hear that?
Just in front
I
of that
didn't
cell?
hear it, but I heard you turn your body. That's why I looked at
And
you.
they kept going after I mentioned it.
I didn't hear it.
Really?
The only
Yeah.
footsteps I could hear was Jay.
Yeah, same.
And that was over there.
It's about 12:30.
Yep.
So we haven't done the courthouse at all.
Sure.
And we haven't done it in here.
We haven't done it in here at all.
Yeah.
I reckon we should tackle these two. We should split the teams up.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Me and you take one.
Yep, let's do it.
You
Yep.
guys take one.
Yep.
And then finish back in the courtyard.
Okay, that sounds good.
Cool, sounds good.
Do you reckon?
Yep. Let's do that.
Cool.
Grazer, do you and I want to do in here with all the... I think we said we want to do in here.
Do you guys want to do the front here?
Whatever you like. Yep, I'm
Yep.
fine with that.
We'll go to the courthouse.
Let you guys go to the courthouse.
Cool. All right, sounds good, guys.
Jason, are you going to be the judge again?
Condemn myself.
No. Well, you get to be the judge this time.
Yeah.
Kana sentenced you last time, didn't she?
It's been falling down the step.
I'll tell you what, you can be the judge, jury, and executioner tonight if you like. It's totally up to you, mate. You can have it all. Damn it. All right. I got to grab my phasm still, which is in the.
My feet are definitely sore.
My legs and back.
We're getting old.
Yeah.
I feel fine.
Whatever.
Can't believe we're pulling out early.
My hips actually hurt.
Wow, that is an old person thing.
I regularly.
Children.
Again.
Children.
Yeah, I've had a lot of that.
Okay, I think that's where we gotta
Yeah.
Yeah.
we gotta call it there.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
What will it be called?
The filmer.
Currently filming, just
I'm
doing
scratching my arm.
Good, let's check that out.
So we have to keep in mind.
I was giving a little bit of commentary of setting up for the next session.
It's an innocent little butt scratch.
Where's the actual other phasm?
So one of the challenges we have as investigators is the weather. It's getting a bit chilly tonight, so Kat's resorted to the beanie. Got to keep the bonds warm.
There's only one piece of warm clothing I've not put on yet. That's the tights under the jeans.
Oh yes.
But yeah, it's been a good night. Anyway, thank you to all the spirits here who have communicated with us. Really do appreciate it. I hope that we have...
Is that another train coming?
I hope not.
I think it is.
I think it is, yeah.
We're just
We might
trying to
sign off
sign
at
out.
6 a.m.
It's now freight train traffic jam time. It's peak hour for the freight trains.
I'm just gonna radio into Michelle saying we're trying to sign off at the train.
Does she have one?
She does.
Yeah, she does, yeah.
Hey Michelle, just letting you know we're trying to sign off, and it's taking time because the bloody trains just keep going past. We're all on recording? Yep.
Yep.
Everyone's going?
Yeah, I just want to say the curtains are moving here, and there's no wind, and I'm nowhere near them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I reckon one of us is going to get a call to go in there.
Alright, everyone, while we're recording, it's going to do a walkie check.
This is Jason, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
So,
There is probably one little thing we missed on the Spirit Talker, just quickly, is we got 3 children here. Yeah. And then we
I
got
kept getting things about
died in battle.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so straight away
Three
we're thinking
children,
3 children
could
died
possibly
in
be.
battle. And we're like, that's pretty
Well,
coincidental.
guess whose children died in battle?
There is he.
There is he.
Tom.
Yeah.
Thomas'
Thomas.
kids.
Thomas.
And
Thomas'
considering
kids.
I got a few times, the kids can hear you, the kids are here.
And I got with family here.
We got
We're all-
family.
I got
Connected.
your family.
Yeah. Have you seen that Mad Goth video?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
That is so old, that thing. It's so cool though.
They're all like,
Yeah.
Like,
It's full on,
raving
isn't
out
it?
to Thomas the Tank Engine in
Yeah.
like the cybergoth gear. That's fun.
Train.
imagine if the last word we got to sign off was just train.
I
That would have been
know.
so great.
I like
Yeah.
trains.
I like trains. Fuck me.
I would, but it's not my job.
Oh,
Wow. That was good.
where's this burn cream that we That's it.
I'm not quite sure how to take that either.
Grazer, what about you?
I feel like that was payback for all the awkward conversations that you've been in the middle of for the last 2 days.
Let's pull it out.
I'm keeping quiet on that one. Yeah.
I'm so glad that made it in. Yes, it did. It made it in.
Yeah.
It made it in.
Star was on fire there.
Star was on fire. That was just so quick. Those bloody trains. We'll say Michelle is in chat. We see Michelle confirms that yes, there is a mouse hunt and a critters hunt too.
I did not make this up.
Yeah, she did not make it up. Thank you, Michelle, for coming in and watching. We appreciate. We said a massive thank you to you at the start. For this wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for you, and you were literally the reason this investigation managed to be what it was. So thank you, and to see you come in, like that's really cool. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's I going to say?
I don't know. The behind the scenes, the trains.
Yep,
I like
trains.
trains.
Yeah, I like trains. I really hope that you guys actually enjoyed seeing the fun that we have as well in between these scenes. That
Yeah.
you guys don't normally get to see that stuff. Like, it helps us to have a good laugh in between while we're changing batteries, while we're waiting for trains to pass.
Trains to pass. Yeah.
All these
Worth
things.
all the late nights, hey.
Oh, thanks, Michelle.
Thanks, Michelle. Yes.
We really appreciate
we really
it.
appreciate it. But yeah, like answering a couple of MJ's questions just quickly. How much of the old homestead is part of the part of the jail? The cell's part of the living quarters. So it was the jail. The Dorizzi actually owned it as a family home. The children actually had their own individual bedrooms. They were the cells.
Yeah. So first it was a convict depot, and then after that it became like an actual, like, the jail. So it was kind of a jail then, but then it became like the town's jail as well, after it was no longer being used as a convict depot. And then, actually, was that building used as a convict depot? Or was it the one across the road? Sorry, the one across the road. Yeah, so it was the jail, and then after it was... Oh, and so at that time that it was that, the front part, which is where Grazer and I did our Esther's method, that sort of museum, that real museum section, that isn't cells, that was actually the, like, jailer's living quarters, the warden's quarters and stuff. So that kind of was the home, while the cells were the jail, And then after it all closed down, it got bought by the Durizzi family, and they lived in it as just a family home, which... Yeah. So, yeah, 2 separate times there.
2 separate times, yeah. Michelle, thank you for showing it off Toodyay in your own unique way. Oh,
thank you.
Appreciate it. But I think that comes to the end of the Newcastle Gaol stream.
I believe so.
But...
Did we answer everybody's questions?
I think so.
I think we did.
Well, actually, the glass cabinet uniform. No, it was a dress. It was a dress.
Yeah, it was that beautiful dress. Yeah.
It was a beautiful dress. It was that cell that you were in was the textiles cell. It was a nod to the textiles at the time.
Yeah.
And that's the dress. It is in that cell. Yeah. When it comes to the end of the stream, we have some big news to share. We mentioned today that we have something really important to share with you guys. And we received an email just last night, which we are still trying to comprehend. I don't know about you, but I'm still trying to process this in my mind. Is that, drum roll, the Afterlife Party has been approved for the YouTube partnership program. It's something that is measured over a 365-day period. That's an entire year. And we hit our targets to apply for that program in just under 13 months.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that in our first year on YouTube, a stat that is measured over a 365-day period, that we have not only hit that target, but been approved. Which means we can do so much more on our channel. We can link our merch under where the descriptions are, where you guys can go directly straight from YouTube there.
We've had some comments that people can't find our merch, so
we can now link
that is a thing of the past.
We can now link it all into YouTube, which is great. It goes to show that that a lot of the work that we've put in is really paid off, and I can't believe it.
And that you guys are enjoying our content, so thank you so much.
Yeah, if it wasn't for you guys watching and putting the hours into watching the investigations, commenting, some of the long videos that we put up, some of the
hours did we have to hit? Was it
over 3,000 watch hours?
Yeah.
It was one of the criteria.
So all of you guys have contributed to 3,000 hours watched on our channel.
Yeah,
in the last 365 days.
So we appreciate it. We are going to start announcing some ways you guys can become more engrossed in our content, and new ways that you guys can interact with us, and through YouTube, through our live streams, and through our content, and our ways to say thank you to our new members, because soon you'll be able to become members of the Afterlife Party, which is something that I never would have thought we would be able to actually have memberships for people, and ways that we can give back as saying thank you. We've got to go away and figure out what that's going to be, because we did not expect it. You guys are going to go so far. I can see it, and I'm so thankful to know. Oh, stop it, guys! All the kind things in the comment. Oh, yeah. Oh, congratulations. Oh, thank you so much, everyone. We appreciate it. We're still trying to comprehend it. We it's really ironic, because we're about as well. This weekend is a huge one for us, and getting this news before this, we are taking a team outside of Perth on a road trip to film 3 investigations over 3 nights, and it's the craziest things that we've ever done, and we're about to go and do that this weekend.
And nobody had better talk to me at all on Tuesday or Monday after 3 full nights.
We've got a hell of a drive to go do it, and we've got this news now. Then we had the live stream tonight, and we're leaving on Friday. It's just constantly going, so it's going to be huge. But
that is the energy we are taking with us to the next 3 investigations.
Yeah.
So we are pumped. Hey,
we are so pumped. it. So once again, Michelle, thank you for allowing us to showcase the Newcastle Gaol. We would love the opportunity to go back and get some of our questions answered if that is on the table for us to go and do that, because we had such a good time there at the Newcastle Gaol, and we would love to make a return.
And we've definitely left there with just as many questions as answers. So, you know, we would love to be able to follow that up.
Yeah,
hey? Keep the story going.
It's been educational.
Great.
So, but from us, we have our next investigation coming up on the channel is a biggie. Now, we dropped one of our scouting videos this Sunday, which is a fun one, a bit light-hearted. But our next investigation is a two-parter. And this one is at a location which I don't believe has ever had a paranormal investigation done on it, especially not on YouTube, making us, I think, the first team to actually do it. And this is a big one. And you might see some familiar faces in this one. But we are going to show you a little sneak peek at that as we exit the stream. But from us, that is us done for tonight. Thank you very, very much for watching, guys.
If anybody is in here who has stumbled across us on YouTube as well during the course of this stream, please do remember to like and subscribe to our channel if you've loved seeing what you're seeing right now. We know that there are people that sort of come and go and find these things. We've had our viewers going up and down. So, if you are new to us, please remember to subscribe. It goes a long way for us.
Yeah. So,
and you can see all of our content then.
Yeah. Until the next time, we are on our way to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And we would love to hit that by the end of 2024. Yes. That is our goal, is to get there. So share it with everyone you know. Get them watching the Afterlife Party. We sincerely appreciate it. We have so much content coming up. And we know what we filmed, and I'm trying so hard to clap my mouth shut and not say where we've been and what we've done.
MJ, you're about to find out the where to. We have a little... where to is in where we're going this weekend.
We can't.
Not just yet. But if you want to know what this investigation is that's upcoming, fortnight after.
Yeah. Our next big investigation.
Our next big investigation on the channel. Never been investigated. Keep watching this space. You're about to see, and we have Michelle to thank as well for this one. Yet another late night.
Late night by Michelle.
Yeah.
So without further ado, thank you for joining us on this live stream, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next time. Enjoy the channel, enjoy the content. Go back and watch through all the clips that we were talking about tonight.
And go visit the Toodyay Jail as well. The Newcastle Jail in Toodyay. Go check it out and go find some mice.
Go for the mice and the critters.
And the critters.
Paracult, potentially. All right, guys, enjoy. Welcome everyone to Connor's Mill. We can't believe we're here. The first team to ever investigate this mill, and we are super duper excited.
We have some different bits and pieces.
Do you like Satan?
I don't subscribe to Satan.
That's a different noise.
Yeah.
That's like walking on the floorboards.
Yeah, it is.
What the fuck was that? Did you hear that?
That was downstairs.
What was it?
Something was dragged.
Did that say hung?
Hung.
No, it was way too deep to be you.
It went like this.
Yeah, was that not you?
No.
If there is anybody up here, would you...
Yes.
Yes.
Guys, we heard like, like down here.
Yeah.
Really?
Right in front of us. Yeah, it was like, as she was singing.
Where are my ashes?
Holy shit. We've just heard dark.
Ridicule.
Dark and ridicule. Okay, we've also set a cat ball up as well.
Jason.
Oh my god!
Hey, Jason.
Hi.
What the fuck was that?